And I'd like to recognize this year's club coaches that succeeded and brought their clubs to distinguished or better. We have these beautiful gifts for our club coaches, all wrapped, all kind of nice. And let's talk about them. First of all, Huntington Beach Rise and Shine Toastmasters Club. We had 2 club coaches. Give a round of applause. Meet Cassidy and Andrea. Congratulations. In your journeys, club close to my heart because it deals with wine. I love it. We had Zeta Richard and Scott Friedman. A round of applause. And finally, we had Lightly Toasted, and that was club coach was Mark Simon. Let's give them a round of applause. If not, David will put them together with a cup of coffee to make it work just for you. All right. Now, that's number 1. Number 2, under the club growth directive, we have a thing called youth leadership. Many of you were at the conference this year and you saw an incredible set of children speaking. Those kids were phenomenal. And there was one person who made that happen. That was Kelly Modical. Kelly put so much work into helping the youth become future Toastmasters. We have for her a lovely gift over here, which I'm not going to go grab right now. We have that because she's not here at the moment. But I'd like to give her a round of applause. We have club coaches and club mentors. We were fortunate enough to add 4 new clubs last year, even in the most trying of times. And helping us along the way was a woman who I called all the time in the middle of the night and said, I don't understand what's going on. And that was Jean Tankry. She helped me do so many things. It was incredible. She was our club coach, club mentor chair. Let's give her a big round of applause. And the club growth team. There's a club extension chair. This is the person who, when a few years ago as a division director, my assistant division director said, I'm going to take you out into the woods and shoot you and take over. I said, okay, fine. But this is the person who would go and have my back and did everything I asked and so much more. This person told me and taught me and told me and taught me and taught me and taught me so many things I didn't even know. I was so fortunate to have her on the team. And that's this year's current club growth director, Kathy Hughes. Kathy, come on.
Woo, Kathy.
And she has some announcements she's going to do later. She's going to be doing one of our adventures today. I'm very excited to have Kathy here to help all of us learn and grow.
Okay, welcome everyone. Yes, I could not have done it without an amazing team last year. I'm so incredibly thankful for all the support they gave me and all the creativity that they brought, because Founders District really did set a new standard for districts. Dan Cossack, our outstanding webmaster. Oh my goodness, he keeps our site running. He keeps it going. We could not do it without Dan. Kevin Graham, our Speakers Bureau chair. This is for those of you that want to become professional speakers or are professional speakers. Come network, come get that really valuable feedback on your presentation. It is real, it is honest, and it will push you to new levels. So if you're interested, reach out to me and I will connect you with Kevin and how you can join Speakers Bureau. Andrea Lewis, our outstanding education chair. I'm really happy to say that Andrea is our PRM this year. She's doing an amazing job. She soaked all the knowledge in last year and is completely run with it. I'm so incredibly proud and thankful for Andrea. And Jean Cassidy, our outstanding content chair. Jean was the one that put together our beautiful MailChimp. Every week, we got a newsletter out every week. We never missed a week. And Jean was there to put it together, our amazing text blast. Jean was the one queuing it up, making sure that we had the list. It is not easy to get these out, and I could not have done it without this incredible team. So once again, I thank you all for supporting me last year and pushing me to be an even better PRM. Give them a quick round of applause. And Ken, did you now want me to do the education awards? Or are we coming back to that?
Go ahead and do the education awards now.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I realized I have a few more recognition items for PRM. Sorry, we are a little bit out of order this morning. Let me bring that back up. Okay, I am incredibly thankful for my team, but I'm also incredibly thankful for our clubs and all of your outstanding accomplishments last year. Best use to social media. I love social media. I spend hours upon hours every week on social media, and I'm really out there looking for the best of the best. And so we got some really good submissions for how clubs have been using social media. So I'm going to recognize our best use of social media last year. And that is SoCal English Mandarin Bilingual Toastmasters. Ooh, that is a long title for a club, but they have done an amazing job. And why did I pick them? Or why did we pick them, I should say? Because if you look at it, the content is engaging and it shows their members as something as simple as, hey, here's our upcoming meeting. It shows you who they are and it gives you insight into them. So here's one example. And here's another example. How amazing is that? All their functionaries, all their speakers, I want to come hang out with them. These are the type of people that you want to hang out with. And so I encourage you, showcase your members. If they're okay with it, I will caveat. If your members are okay with it, showcase them. Best open house flyer. We know open houses are essential to bringing those new members. Of course, we want to have a great meeting and always be inviting people. But that open house, that's when we shine. That's when we bring our A+ game, right? I don't know about you, but there's just some mentality of an open house. And I know once I do an open house, it makes all my meetings, at least A meetings. And so I really encourage you to host an open house. Our best open house flyer from Broadly Speaking. Look at that excitement. You want to level up and you want to join them. I love how they showed their Zoom room, but also that excitement of like, take it to the top. And so thank you, Broadly Speaking, for bringing your A+ game with the open house flyer. Give them a quick round of applause. Woohoo! Okay, we will now, because I want to keep the fun going, we have some DTM and other recognitions for award completions. DTM. Now this is incredible because to earn your Distinguished Toastmaster, you have to really work through it. You have to complete a couple paths. You need to serve as a club officer. You need to serve as a district officer. You need to really put that time and effort in. So Brian Von Cross got this late last year. Congratulations, Brian. I'm so incredibly proud. I know he's worked hard for this Distinguished Toastmaster Award. And thank you, Brian, for all your service to the district and your clubs. Norm Stein, congratulations, DTM ×2, I hear. And I love that Norm picked a picture of Franny, because Franny and Norm, they come as a pair. So thank you both for your service to the club, your ongoing service to the district. I am surprised that Norm only has 2 Distinguished Toastmaster Awards. I figured he'd probably at least have 10 of them hanging around his house, because he is so active in the district, as well as Franny. Thank you both for all that you contribute to the district. You have supported us as district leaders. You have given us great examples, and we would not be here today without your support. Adam Brenner, congratulations. I know Adam has been working a long time on his Distinguished Toastmaster, and so I'm incredibly proud that he was able to finally achieve his Distinguished Toastmaster Award. Stephanie Richards, congratulations, Stephanie. I had the pleasure of being an area director along with Stephanie a few years ago, and she's just always so on top of it and willing to lend that helping hand. So Stephanie, I'm so incredibly proud that you have become a Distinguished Toastmaster. We have a few more recognitions. Triple Crowns. A Triple Crown is when you achieve 3 awards, and it can also be the Pathways Mentor Program. So do take a look at that and really evaluate, can I make a difference in somebody's life, as well as, of course, grow my own skills? I encourage you to take a look at that. Triple Crowns from May. Ooh, this should be May to June. Sorry about that. So Stephen, John, Sonali, Regina, Stella, congratulations, everyone. We're so incredibly thankful that you have contributed to the district, and most importantly, grown yourself. We have a few more. We have a few that have already achieved it this year. And oh my goodness, Norm is leading the charge with the most levels completed this year. Congratulations. I know that by completing these levels, you're growing yourself, you're growing your clubs, because you're giving phenomenal speeches. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing yourself to deliver those speeches. Keep pushing yourself to take on those roles at meetings. I know it can be hard. I know myself, I get lazy and I'm like, I don't want to give a speech today, but push yourself, because the whole part of Toastmasters is to step outside our comfort zone. And these incredible people have done just that. So I thank you for leading the charge and being an early trendsetter. Pathways Mentor Program. Now, these are people that have made a commitment to helping others, whether it's on pathways that they're mentoring them, or just being how to mentor them as a new member. This is an incredibly special program. I encourage you to take a look at it. It is a commitment, but the reward is so incredible. We have 2 people that have already completed it this year. Helen and Norm, thank you once again for being that helping hand to someone else and taking that time out of your day and really being supportive. Thank you so much. And 7 officers trained the first round. Thank you for being dedicated to your club. It's not easy to step up and be an officer sometimes. We're all incredibly busy, but you have a passion for Toastmasters. You have a passion for supporting others, and you have a passion for making your club great. And these clubs have outstanding club officers. Please give them a big round of applause for their outstanding work. Thank you so much for being dedicated to your club and taking that time to make your club better. I know your club is going to rise to the top. I see it already. The clubs with 7 officers trained are our strongest clubs in the district. They submit their dues on time. They have the most members. So thank you for being dedicated to your club and taking your officer role with pride. Stay tuned. Round 2 will be coming up. And I know these clubs and more will have all 7 officers trained next time. So thank you, everybody, for your amazing work. We're off to a great start. I'm very excited to see what is ahead. I will now turn it back over to Ken.
It's my pleasure to introduce our current district director, our past program quality director, Mr. David Hosmer.
Thank you, Ken. Ken, great program today. I really appreciate all the work. And Ken has mentioned a couple of times, but we really want to thank Christy Matola and Zip from Newport Center Toastmasters for all the hard work they've done in making the video presentation for Zoom today. But now it's my pleasure, and really a great pleasure and honor, to honor some great people from last year's program quality team. Do we need to say it was a difficult year? I don't think so. We all were there, and we're coming out of it. But last year, you know, at the job that Christine Brady and Ken Spears and I had last year, we cannot do it alone. There is way too much work to be done in the district. We have 1,700 members, and that's a medium-sized company to have that many people on board. So it takes a team of people to do all the work. And I had a great team last year. These were some of the most marvelous people. And I want to start by saying that I've got a little something. It's a little something, but it's a token of my appreciation and the appreciation of Founders District. And it's a vacuum bottle. And I want to say that it's a token of our appreciation. So when maybe I'll have Steve Itzkowitz in his Uber life drive these around and deliver them to the people that I'm about to recognize. The first person I want to recognize is Wenxi Lin. Wenxi is a member of the Chinese Irvine Toastmasters, and I met her online, and I was very impressed. And I thought, what a better person to head a brand new event. We'd never done this before, but I thought Orange County has 140 different cultural groups in it. Let's recognize that. And so we had what we called World Language Speech Day. And the participants were to speak in their native tongue or an acquired tongue, and then have an evaluator evaluate them and give it in English so that all of the people on Zoom could hear what the speaker said. And we had 14 people speak in different languages that day. And when she handled all of it, because frankly, I didn't have time, she put the speakers together, the Zoom meeting together, and all of the evaluators. So when I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You did a fabulous job. And not only did she do that, but she has this year stepped up to be an area director. Wenshi, congratulations. I sure appreciate you.
Woo!
Online with us today, and maybe you could spotlight him, is John Hardewicz. John stepped up to be our tech master for all of our program quality events, which included a lot of the speech contests. Now, if you think there's a job to be done that consumes time, it's a speech contest. And John was there for most everyone. John, you're an amazing guy. I really appreciate you a lot. Thank you for stepping up every time. And John, I know you're vaccinated, so perhaps you and I can have coffee and I'll bring you your bottle. The next is our HPL chair. A high performance leadership project is one of the requirements to get a DTM. And it takes a little bit of doing. There's some hoops to jump through. And so we had an HPL advisor. And that was Mark Simon. Mark Simon is currently the president of my home club, Irvine Toastmasters. He joined Toastmasters. I think, Mark, did you join in China or before you went to China? But Mark was in China. Mark was a member of a Chinese Toastmasters club, several clubs, for 10 years.
Yes.
And he, in China, led some of the organizations, led the spring conference in China. And so when he came back, I grabbed him. He's got valuable insights and has helped many people through their pathways initiation. And he helped many people with their HPL last year. And as a club coach, he got lightly toasted to be distinguished for the first time in 5 years. Mark, I'll bring it Tuesday night for you, guy. Thank you so much, Mark. And we always have, and it's a real job, club and member recognition. As I said, 1,700 members. How do you keep track of them all and keep track of when they level up, when they get something, right, Christine? Yes. So we had two. We had a co-chair and two of the greatest people I know, Mike Sato and Tanya Mansell, were our club and member recognition chair, and they did a great job. In fact, I think we recognized a couple of people already this morning who achieved their education goals. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Tanya. All right. Now, when you think of pathways education, who is the first name that comes to mind? Charlotte Drake. Everybody in the room here knew that name. Charlotte Drake is one of the greatest booklet writers, and she has grabbed hold of pathways and has educated hundreds, thousands of people now online and in Founders District. We distribute her materials about how to get through pathways, and it's helped a lot of clubs. And Charlotte, God bless you. I really love you and thank you for all the work you did and all the work you're still doing. Good job. Let's give it up for Charlotte Drake. One of the biggest events that the district puts on is the annual speech contest. And last year we had to do it again online. And so there were two people that I thought of first. We needed a chief judge and a chair to help guide the contests at the area and the division levels. And Susan Zalon from OC Encore Toastmasters was our chief judge. She put together training and conducted training, recruited people, and they all responded very well. Founders District, because I was at several other districts, area and division contests. Let me tell you, Founders District had the smoothest running speech contest that I saw in our region, in Region 2. And that's because of the great work that Susan Zalon did for chief judge and recruiting judges for each of those contests. The other person who on that team was Cliff Shimizu. Cliff was our speech contest chair, and he put together an amazing training on patent, not Outlook. What's the mind map? Cliff put together a mind map, which is an online presentation software, and just amazed everybody. Used that to train all the area directors and division directors in how to put on a speech contest, and guided them and was there with them, held their hand, and did it multiple times if necessary. Cliff is one of the calmest people I know. Nothing furls him. Cliff, you're an amazing guy. I've appreciated you since you were my division director several years ago, but you did a whale of a job last year, and all of our speech contests ran smoothly, and we produced a great international speech contest winner in Jamar Spell. So Cliff, I'm not going to get to Colorado soon, but maybe I'll mail this to you, guy. Last year, I wanted something different when it came to officer training. We get a series of slides from Toastmasters, and those slides and that education program was probably put together several years ago, maybe more than several years. And everybody in the district has seen it. We've run it many times. And so when it came to officer training and LACE, I asked Linda Robinson and Abba Shah to rewrite our training program, rewrite the slides, and they spent many hours doing so. We went back and forth on what we had to have, what we didn't have, what looked good, what didn't look good, and they revised it many times, and then did a training for our presenters. And then we launched a new education slide deck and education for our officer training. The amazing part of that is that a past international president here in Founders District, Alfred Herzig, went to a late officer training that was put on by Rich Farina. Rich, good job. He opened his training by saying, I'm not going to use the standard Toastmaster slide deck. And Alfred Herzig wrote to us and said, in the past, when he's heard somebody say that, it has not gone well. Alfred has a way with words. And then he said he was so surprised at the content and the delivery and the new slides that he thought that was the best training he had ever had. And he was forwarding it back to World Headquarters as an example of what could really be done to engage our officers. And the two people who are responsible for that are Linda Robinson and Abba Shah. You guys did a fabulous job. I raise this bottle in your favor, and I know you're both vaccinated. So Linda, I'll give this to you at the next Wine on Wednesday meeting. How's that? And then Lillian Shaw followed up for the spring lace, and she put together a great lace training program in the spring. Lillian, good job. I really appreciate you and thank you for it. The final event that the program quality team was responsible for was the spring conference. We were hoping for an event a little larger than this, but similar to this, where we could get everybody together again. Then we got a letter from the board of directors. We must be online yet throughout the year in 2021. And so Sherry Tomasulo was our spring conference chair and was really excited and then really disappointed. The roller coaster of life. And what do we as Toastmasters do? We adjust, we revitalize, and Sherry asked for Julie Schrock, a great member in Division G, to be her co-chair because Sherry wanted to compete in the speech contest. So Julie stepped in late in the game and she put all the details together on the concepts that Sherry Tomasulo had arranged earlier in the year. These two ladies did a great job. And ladies, I raise a bottle to you and thank you so much for a great spring conference last year. You know, as I've gone around and visited clubs through my several years here at Founders District, something that I've found is that we have some really fabulous people that are changing the world, some in small ways, some in large ways. If you get a chance to go around Founders District, you're going to find just the most fabulous people you'd ever want to meet. This is one of the greatest jobs I think I've ever had, to continue meeting these people, interacting with them, learning about them, and learning how they're changing the world. As Kathy said a minute ago, as we add members, those are the kind of people that we're adding into the group. So reach out. We're getting into a new situation here in the United States, and especially here in California, and especially in Orange County. Most everybody is vaccinated. Our infection rates are lower, and we're beginning to meet in person again. I want to thank you guys that are here today for coming and being part of this. We also understand that there are people who are very reticent to come out, and that's okay. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, take care of your family, and always join us online, even if you can't be here in person. But we're getting to that point where I believe this is a watershed event today. Today is a new day for Founders District, and it's only going to grow from here. Our team, Kathy Hughes, Julie Murphy, Andrea Lewis, and the whole team at the district, our division directors, our area directors, are doing a fabulous job. And I believe that the year 2020, 2021, if we work really hard, I think we can be a distinguished district for the first time in 7 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And thank you to the PQD team, the program quality team. They put the quality in the program quality last year. And I thank every one of them. Mr. Toastmaster, conduct back to you.
Our final presenter today is our immediate past district director, Christine Brady. She's a DTM. And what I have to say about Christine is this. She was given a challenge to lead the district through the most harrowing storm known to mankind. She was there, steadfast, steady, the rudder on course. She saw her star and she went for it and she made it. And that is really admirable. And I'm really excited that today we can bring Christine up because she has a lot of people to thank, a lot of people who put in a lot of effort, and she herself did a lot of work. Now, David and I went together earlier this year and we bought her a swan crystal decanter, which had it engraved. But of course, we have to give her the gift that goes in the decanter. And I have that in my hand. So Christine, why don't you come on up and grab this? And most importantly, I know that when you're going to hear about all the people who did great things that she's going to talk about, you will be amazed. And And I want to encourage everybody to look at these people, look at their example, and call David, call Kathy, call Julie, call anybody and say, I want to volunteer, and don't be afraid to do it. Christine Brady.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. David, I was actually afraid that he was going to say, as she recognizes each person, she's going to take a shot. And I thought, good thing I can walk home from here because I'll be wrecked. There's a lot of people. It is heavy. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, he was handing me a bottle opener. Well, we are here to recognize our district leaders. And one thing that everybody who's come up here has talked about is last year was not the year that we expected. You know, the district leader journey starts pretty early as a club growth director. And as you are projecting for each year that follows, you have an idea in your mind of what it will look like when you are district director. I'm sure that when David started his journey, just like me, he never thought that he would be in partial lockdown. And he's very lucky because we are here today in a hybrid meeting environment. I had 0 meetings live. I didn't get to hug my team ever to say good job or I'm here with you. But I still feel that we bonded together and that we accomplished what we needed to accomplish. And that was to keep the district together. One thing I kept telling the team when it would get rough, and it was something that I had to tell myself every day when I woke up, is as district leaders last year, we were writing history. We were writing history. We did not have the opportunity to be in person. Anytime anyone hears about us talk about our experience, they will remember what it was like for that program year being mostly online. We were writing history. There are no district leaders before or maybe after that will have the same experience that we had in having to be completely in the online environment. And because of that, I felt like last year was a very special year. And so I appreciate my team, of course. I wanted to start off with our division awards. And Ken, I know you don't think that you could play Vanna White, but I will ask you if anyone is here in the room and I call their name, if you would be Vanna White and present their award to them, if you would do that on my behalf. Yes. He told me yesterday that he couldn't be Vanna White. And I said, who can? Only Vanna. Only Vanna. All 6 of my division directors did an outstanding job of mentoring their teams, providing guidance and assistance as needed. They were all concerned with the well-being of their teams and their clubs. That's the most important part, the clubs. We had extraordinary dedication from our team members, with division directors attending quarterly DELT meetings and DEC meetings, leading contests, and pitching in to help clubs achieve excellence. Now, of course, we did have that uphill battle. One of the greatest uphill battles we had was with our corporate clubs, because people were in lockdown, corporations were shut down, people were laid off. And we have a few divisions that have a lot of corporate clubs, so we were worried about them. But you know what? They all pulled together and they pulled through. It was amazing. So I want to start off with Division A. Now, Division A was led by Sylvia Swaggart. She's DTM. Her calm and steady leadership style contributed to the success of the division. And she actually had one area director step into division leadership this year. That's Mr. Paul Fay. So congratulations, Sylvia. Recognizing that Division A team, we had, of course, Sylvia leading as division director. Then we had Scott Friedman. He was our area A1 director. He stepped in right before the deadline to achieve credit. We had one area director who needed to bow out, and he was able to step in and he received credit from TI. Then we had Rich Farina. He was our area A2 director. We had Paul Fay, our area A3 director. Paul, come on up and get your plaque. Oh, he wants to trade for the bottle. We can celebrate later in the parking lot. Then congratulations, Paul. Then we had Alejandra Gutierrez. She was our A4 area director. And we had Shane Simpson serving as our area A5 director. Congratulations to our Division A team. Then we had Division C. Yes, we did not have Division B. right? We haven't had them for a while. So Division C, we had 2 long distance leaders serving in Division C. We had our division director, John Breb, serving from Romania. And we had Gene Cassidy serving from Maine. And Division C, they had the only President's Distinguished Area in their division last year. Now, let me just acknowledge all of these people. So we had John Breb, he was our Division C director. Then we had Lawrence Crandall, he was our Area C1 director. We have Gene Cassidy, DTM, of course, our Area C2 director.
Woo,
President's Distinguished, Gene, congratulations.
Woo!
We had Eric Jew, he was serving as our Area C3 director. Then we had Scott Southall, he was our Area C4 director, and his area was distinguished. And then we had Randy Kleinman, he's our Area C5 director, and Randy has served many capacities in the district, and we were so lucky to have him in Division C. Congratulations, Division C. Then we had Division D. Now, Division D was led by Daniel Fung. You know, one thing I loved about Daniel is every time there was a holiday, he would send me a very heartfelt text message wishing blessings on me and my husband. And I don't know, there are certain people that have the ability to send a text where you can really feel that heartfelt message. And I loved those messages. They were very much appreciated. And Daniel also had one area director step into district leadership this year. And I know that he's going to prove a strong and steady source of help to her. So congratulations, that is Daniel Fung, our Division D director. Then we had Miguel Moreno serving as our Area D1 director. We had Roshan Sarod, he was our Area D2 director. Gregory Reed, our Area D3 director, and he was area director for my home club, and his visits were very much appreciated. Yes. We had Angie Ding, she was our Area D4 director, and then we had Daisy Ambia, she was our Area D5 director. Congratulations to our Division D team. Then we had Susanna Wong leading Division E. Now, what the heck with Division D? She would have these parties that were her division council meetings. But, you know, the thing that was amazing about Susanna is she had served previously in Toastmasters in another country. And so she had a wide network of people. And of course, because we were online, she could have these meetings for her division council where she would have guest speakers from around the world. She also had guests attending from around the world. So her division council meetings were like a big party and bringing a lot of people together from all over the world. And that's one thing that I think was a very positive thing about being online, that we could meet people from all over the world who had the same goals that we all did. It made the world seem smaller and like we were all part of a global family. So congratulations to Susanna for having those fantastic party division council meetings. So Susanna Wong serving as our Division E director. She also had 2 of her area directors step into district leadership. We have 2 of her former area directors serving as division directors this year. So she provided great mentorship. We had Shiva Bachu, she's our Area E1 director. We had Kristen Dalton serving as our Area E2 director. Alyssa Pan serving as Area E3 director, and she was select distinguished last year. So congratulations, Alyssa. Then we had Thomas Olson serving as our Area E4 director and June Chen as our Area E5 director. So congratulations to the Division E team. Division F was a power team this year. Adam Brenner's leadership guided his division to hold steady. So they were one of the divisions I think that we worried about with those corporate clubs. But with he and his team pulling together, we didn't lose as many clubs as we thought in that division. That team was tenacious in other ways, getting the attention of our international director and voicing concerns about extending the legacy program for DTM. Now, maybe that wasn't successful, but they were relentless in taking that issue straight to the top. and they inspired all of us, right, to fight for the issues that we believe in. And Christy Matola's laughing. I think she's laughing because I know she was on a few phone calls with me. I helped, open that conversation with the international director. But that team, when the international director reached out to have additional voices come in, the Division F team really did come together and voice their concerns about maybe extending that legacy program. So thank you so much for the Division F team doing that. You've inspired us to stand up for what we believe in. And even if nothing happens, we still have a voice that can be heard. So again, our Division F team was led by Adam Brenner. Then we had Christy Matola, our area F1 director. Christy, come up and get your plaque. Congratulations.
I want to say that a lot of the things that happened in our club would not have happened where we were able to pioneer the hybrid meeting if it was not for Zip Cypher, who is behind the camera right now. Zip, I want to thank you personally for believing that we could do it and putting your skill sets to work on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. Congratulations. Then we had Jorge Gomez, our area F2 director, and he was select distinguished. Congratulations to Jorge. We had Raul Garcia, our area F3 director, Robert Fisher, our area F4 director, and Steve Babiak, our area F5 director. Congratulations again to Division F. And then we have Division G. Now, historically, Division G has proven year after year that they are a strong division. However, they are one of our most social divisions, and they had a true uphill battle in this COVID environment because a social division, social clubs, they want to be meeting in person. So they had some struggles this year. Many members did not want to be in that online Zoom environment. Division G also lost 2 area directors and they were not able to be replaced. So they had their division director and then they had 3 area directors covering 5 areas. They had to cover all of those clubs. Now, Cherie Horowitz, the Division G director, she would call me frequently to ask questions or bounce ideas off of me. And here's what she always said when I answered. I can't believe you answered. I would always tell her that her positive outlook and cheery voice made me feel better, even if we had to tackle a big issue. So of course I was going to answer the phone, but that was a big deal for her to know that I was available to answer her calls. So recognizing our Division G team, we have Cherie Horowitz. She was our Division G director. Then we had Stefan Blazig, our area G2 director. We had Charles Schwartz, our area G3 director, and he was a distinguished area this year. Congratulations to Chuck. And then we had Dave Friedman. He was our area G4 director. Congratulations to our Division G team.
Woo-hoo, Division G.
Of course, the district director team has a lot to accomplish, and it's a lot of administrative work. There's a lot of work that happens behind the scenes in order for the district to run smoothly. Without these leaders performing their duties, we would not have a district at all. I would like to recognize the team that helped me last year, and that starts with Danielle Brown. She was our administration manager. Now, Danielle utilized the method set up the previous year by Julie Murphy, and she had all of our district reports being completed as Google Docs, which made it so much easier to compile everything together. She would also fix all of the formatting errors that I would make on the agenda. And she knows that for that, I am very, truly grateful. So congratulations, Danielle. Thank you for serving as our district administration manager. Then we have Kathy Tipton serving as our finance manager. Now, Kathy has a job that I'm just not even sure how she does it. When you look at the chart of accounts that happens for all of the expenses and the income that happens for the district, it's incredible. The spreadsheet alone is probably 8 or 9 tabs. It's a very scary spreadsheet, but Kathy keeps it all straight. Now, she also has to help the district team finish the budget, which is also a little bit of a cuckoo process. She coordinates with Toastmasters International headquarters, making sure that everything was ready for our audits. There's a lot that she has to do behind the scenes. And, we always say as district leaders that by the time we get to the end of our year of service, that's when we finally understand what our job is. And we wish that we had another year to actually do the job, correctly. Well, Kathy is doing it again. She's serving as finance manager again. So congratulations to Kathy for taking on that challenge again. Then we had Ann Shimizu serving as our logistics manager. Now, Ann didn't have a lot to do as logistics manager in the last year because we didn't have any meetings in person. So she didn't have to worry about the little Toastmasters signs and directing people to our meeting locations. However, she did tackle one huge job. She organized our district storage unit and she provided a full report of all of the items that are stored in there. So now there's an accurate count of all of the utensils like forks and knives and spoons and paper goods, but also our district store items. So we appreciate Ann for doing that. Thank you so much, Ann. Then we have John Angelillo. Now, his role is an interesting one. It is completely behind the scenes, and he handles all the data and the calendar and really the district directory. This is a huge job. I don't know how he does this year after year. He does a great job of keeping all of this information straight. And I know that we probably all drive him crazy because we don't answer his emails in a timely manner. But he never comes off as frustrated in his emails. He will just keep sending reminders because he knows eventually you will feel guilty for not responding. So I'm so sorry, John, just on behalf of myself for not replying to you. And thank you so much for your service to the district. Then we have Miss Mary Berg, Madam Queen Mary. She served as our district parliamentarian. And one of the reasons that she served as district parliamentarian is when I was serving as program quality director, she was having this thought that she was going to quit Toastmasters once Pathways really was established as the only program. And she said, but I'll stay if I can be your parliamentarian. And I thought, well, if I can contribute to keeping one member in the district by asking them to serve a role they've never done before, I will do that. And one of the reasons I felt comfortable doing that is because I know that Mary will research and be right on top of everything, the requirements, everything that she has to do to serve as district parliamentarian. And she did prove a great resource to me. She also was just there before the meetings would happen. A day or two before, I would go through the agenda with her and just kind of talk through things that I was nervous about. And she was so encouraging and just letting me know that I could do it. Even though sometimes on those meetings, I just wanted to die inside. She was there as a steady presence to make sure that everything went smoothly. So congratulations, Mary, for serving as our district parliamentarian. Now, Ken, I'm going to do the trio awards next. So if you want to come around. All right. Well, I'm not going to talk about myself, but I wanted to start off with our program quality director. It's David Hosmer. He's serving this year as our district director. Now, he's already talked a little bit about this, but David had a vision for training our clubs last year. We talked through that vision the summer that we were all getting ourselves put together and trying to figure out what our roles were. And his vision included reworking those officer training presentations to include the DCP. That was really important to him. And, his vision worked, and he did receive those high compliments from Alfred Herzing. It was a big deal because, David did say how, Alfred just speaks truth, but he also does not give compliments where they are not deserved, right? If he doesn't think you deserve that compliment, he's not saying it. So just so you know, that was a big, big deal. And, one other thing, at the start of his year as program quality director, David revealed to me something that I related to when I was serving as program quality director. And that was that he didn't have much experience with putting together big events. And what is the program quality director role but putting together big events? However, he does know how to rally the right people around him. And so as we had some discussions and I let him know, I had that same thought when I was serving, and I knew I had to find the right people to put in place to help. And as he's demonstrated with his awards, that he did have those right people in place to help with those events. Now he has experience putting together large events. And isn't that what Toastmasters does for us? It truly does wonderful things and growing our life experience and leadership experience so that we can move forward and apply these things in other places. David, you might become an event planner. We don't know. You might have a new job in place. So congratulations, David. Ken has your award here. Yeah, it's called an unboxing, David. Yeah. So the plaques that I put together for the trio and our public relations manager, they are a little heavier than the other ones because we had to do a lot of heavy lifting last year. So congratulations. Yes, congratulations, congratulations. And then we have our club growth director, Ken Spears. Now, Ken is a high energy and he's a wonderful leader. He had to be there for me with a few issues that happened last year and that Ken needed to navigate. And one thing about Ken is I watched his leadership skills just blossom right before my eyes. And I knew that he was somebody that I could really count on and rely on to have a steady vision and just a calm presence about him. He is somebody that you can call if you're like freaking out. You can call him and he will calm you right down. So Ken, I really do appreciate that. He was an integral part of our team and he helped keep us together when the going got rough. Ken, you are truly a wonder, and I know that there are great things in store for you in the future. So I look forward to seeing where that goes. Yes, it's still boxed. I'm doing the elbow because I just got back from Florida and I might have cooties. I don't know. So I'm trying to stay socially distanced from everyone.
Christine also gets a beautiful plaque as well.
Yeah, I was like, Christine gets a beautiful plaque because she was the navigator. She steered the ship, and that's what a Toastmaster does.
Thank you, Ken. And then we have our public relations manager, Julie Murphy. Julie really put her PR skills to work last year. Not only did she develop a cadence for a weekly newsletter, she revamped our social media channels. She also hosted PR webinars with our region advisor, Vicki Nothling, helping clubs in Region 2 and throughout the world really learn the tips and tricks of excellent marketing. Julie also ensured that the district adhered to PR guidelines as set by Toastmasters International. She received high praise from Alfred Herzing, Vicki Nothling, and Rose Kirkland, all people who we admire and respect. Thank you, Julie, for setting the PR bar so high. And congratulations.
Thank you for all your support last year. I couldn't have done it without you.
No, I couldn't have done anything without all my team. So thank you so much. And now we have some of our other awards. The Chris Gregory Mentorship Award. That was an award that came about a few years ago, right after Chris Gregory passed away. And he was somebody who truly mentored people. One of the people that helped me over my district leadership journey was Alfred Herzing. He served as my mentor. And for that reason, I'm giving the Chris Gregory Mentorship Award to Alfred. By mentoring me, he indirectly mentored the entire district. Now, like I said, he did serve as my mentor for 2 years, and he provided guidance, good humor, and occasionally some tough talks. There were times that we had conversations that were outside of our scheduled meeting, and he would call, "You know why I'm calling." And I would say, "Well, I have a good idea, but why don't you tell me? Explain to me your your side of the story." Now, as district director, every other week on Wednesdays at 7 a.m., Alfred and I would talk. And with his guidance, I was able to tackle some tough situations, and he was in my corner every step of the way. He really wanted me to do the best that I could, not only for myself, but for the district. Now, I know he mentored many district leaders last year, and I count myself as lucky just to be one of them. He was available when I needed to cry, when I had a laugh. He delivered those tough truths to me on more than one occasion. And one thing that I really appreciated is that through these conversations, he really did become a friend. And, you know, Keith last year, my husband, was navigating some tough medical issues, and he always made sure to ask, how is Keith doing? He would always tell me, Keith is in my prayers. We were praying for him. And that was a big deal for me, because not only did Alfred understand what I was going through as district director, he was also there as my friend to understand what was happening in my life and how those things could affect me leading the district. I would not have made it through as district director without him. And so for that reason, I'm awarding the Chris Gregory Award to Alfred Herzing. Then we have the Helen Homer Blanchard Award. Now, Helen Blanchard was the first female president of Toastmasters International, but they call her Homer Blanchard because she actually joined Toastmasters before women were allowed to join. So she had this cover name as Homer Blanchard. One thing that people think about with the Helen Homer Blanchard Award is somebody who is helping think outside the box, because that's exactly what she did. And for that reason, I am awarding the Helen Homer Blanchard Award to our past region advisor, Vicki Nothling. We were lucky to have Vicki as our region advisor for 2 years. So the first year we were in person mostly, and she got to know our district. She was able to come and visit us. But then the pandemic started, and she was able to inspire us to keep going. You know, so many times it felt like we weren't going to make it. And the job of region advisor has to be a difficult one, trying to keep all of the district leader teams working together. And Vicki had all of the normal leadership frustrations as well as the pandemic to deal with. And we truly appreciate her service to our district. So thank you so much, Vicki, our Helen Homer Blanchard Award recipient. Then we had the Jean Beckwith Award. Now, this award was established to give to a Toastmaster who best exemplifies the humor, wisdom, and leadership qualities of Jean Beckwith. He was DTM, a past district governor. And of course, the first recipient of the award was Roy D. Graham. He was a past international director. This award is typically awarded to somebody who has served as a district director. And for that reason, I am awarding this to Laurie Shapiro. She's our past district director. She served right before me. Now, here are some things to know about Laurie. And I think a lot of us know a lot of things about Laurie, but I just want to highlight a few. As club growth director, Laurie looked to spice things up with our incentives. She'd wanted us to stop doing the same thing with the incentives and think about how can we change it up. She was also able to organize one heck of an event, and she held a great recognition event at the end of her club growth year. As program quality director, speaking of those big events, Laurie organized a Star Wars themed conference. And in addition to the normal program of educationals and the contests, she also had games and skits. And her motto was consistently that we get it done and have fun, right? That is her motto. Now, she was serving as district director at the start of the pandemic, and she had so many concerns with how do we keep our members safe and how do we keep our clubs meeting? Do you remember we thought lockdown would just be a few weeks? Right. Well, Laurie had it in her mind that we needed to be thinking about this as not being a few weeks. So she set up Zoom accounts for our district leaders to help our clubs have access to an online meeting platform. And she worked tirelessly to help clubs achieve excellence in this new uncharted world. As immediate past district director, her experience and wisdom helped keep me sane because, you know, I can't call Alfred every time. But one thing I think that really exemplifies this award with Laurie is that she's so good at encouraging new members to take on different roles within their club but also within the district. I think a lot of us can say that we are in this room because Laurie tagged us for something. And so for that reason, I'm awarding that to Laurie Shapiro. Okay, now for our division director of the year. It could have really gone to anybody because all of our division directors did such a great job. But again, we had one division director who stood out for a few reasons. He had 2 areas in his division reach distinguished status. That was Area C2 under Gene Cassidy with President's Distinguished, and Area C4 under Scott Southall. That was distinguished. John Breb led his team from the country of Romania, and he never complained about our meeting times, even though he was usually up before the sun just to join our calls. He was an extraordinary leader, and there were some times when I had to talk with him about some issues that were going on within the division, and he always had that steady presence that was so useful, and I know that's why his team was so successful. So congratulations to John, and of course your entire division for your achievement. Our area director of the year. You've heard her name many times today. You have. Serving as a club coach, as the content chair, and of course as our only president's distinguished area. Jean Cassidy, DTM Area C2, achieved President's Distinguished. Not only did she start a new club in her area, she also helped across divisions. She called Cherie Horowitz and asked, how can I help do some of those area visit reports for those areas that are missing area directors? She consistently served the district from the state of Maine, and again, never complained about the time of our meetings. And having served been most of the month of October in Florida, I know that being on the East Coast for West Coast time meetings is a little bit rough. So congratulations, Jean, on Area Director of the Year. And then we have our Toastmaster of the Year. Our Toastmaster of the Year, she is a true roll up her sleeves and get it done kind of leader. She rallied her team to organize area and division contests, got all of her area reports done, all while missing those 2 area directors. She pitches in to help even when her plate is full. So I know I hear a lot of, I don't know how you do it. I actually will say that to this person too. I don't know how you do it. She has a phenomenal heart for leadership. She is kind, she is funny, smart, and she's definitely the person that you want in your corner. And for that reason, I'm awarding Toastmaster of the Year to our own Cherie Horowitz.
Oh my God. Oh my. Thank you. I'm dumbfounded. I'm truly dumbfounded.
Wow. It's well-deserved, Cherie. And the next time I see you, I will bring you that award. And with that,
thank you.
Yes. And one more round of applause, please, for all of our award recipients and our district leader team. And I will turn this over to our Toastmaster while I take my bottle of wine.